Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 7 of my Divine Journey 2 Let's Play. I have been busy building the next big building at our base. This building is going to be housing our Mekanism machines, at least our intro Mekanism machines as we start progressing through the pack and getting more resources. Currently, I have this little setup here that I'm using, which is not very good. It's rather manual. I have been able to get more resources in it. So like we have more diamonds, we have compressed obsidian, we have compressed redstone and whatnot, but it is not ideal for the amount of items we'll be needing soon. So I built this area. I made this little M design. I kind of like it as a logo from Muon, the title of my channel. So I'm probably going to be using that around that. Those are Certus quartz blocks, which I actually think look pretty good. I want to hide some of the advanced tooltips. It looks exactly the same at the top. But anyways, welcome to this building. I quite like how it came out. This kind of layer is going to be, I'm not really sure how I'm going to organize it yet. I think I'm going to be kind of doing it as I go. But going up, there's 3 floors. And then my idea is that there is going to be a tunnel going from here down into the mountain and over to our storage system. So all of the outputs from our machines in here will be going automatically into our storage rather than me having to go over here or whatnot. It'll just make life easier. And I like this kind of block palette. I'm thinking about more modern kind of industrial designs going forward. So like the light gray concrete with the marble and then blue accents. Let me know what you guys think. I like the color of it. I think the colors go well together. I like the layers version of the light gray concrete here. I think it looks good for kind of the industrial vibe that I'm going for. And fortunately, there's a lot of different kind of gray blocks in this mod pack. These are factory blocks, which are completely new to me, but I like kind of grates here to make it look like a factory floor, and then just lit redstone lamps powering it. Another thing that I've added going into free cam is a commenter in the last episode, John Johnson EZ4PD, suggested the mod ArchitectureCraft, and it adds a lot of stuff like rounded blocks and like slanted roofs and whatnot. But what I really like it for is it allows you to turn any block into a stair or slab and also place them vertically. So I think that's what I'm going to be using for as kind of accents, because I like kind of the vanilla-esque style that you can get in Minecraft, kind of the limitations that it gives, as well as and the creativity that can come out of that. But I don't really like kind of the circular stuff. Like if we quickly go in, I have it searched up. You can see like there's cylinders, half cylinders, gabled roof valley. But I think those things kind of look unnatural in the game, and I like kind of the more still blocky stuff, still like vanilla-esque. So I think that's kind of the style I'm going to go for. And I think I'm also going to be trying to make this like almost an industrial campus. There's going to be more buildings around here, I'm thinking, on this hill that I made. This is completely hollow. But I think I made the terrain look pretty natural for the most part. Kind of like an extension of what was originally there rather than like something jutting out strangely. Um, and I'm gonna build a staircase going up from here, uh, and then up to here, and then our mechanism building. Maybe I'll do an applied energistics building, because right now that's kind of sitting over there, which I don't super like. I think I want to start creating buildings for each, like being very like liberal with the buildings I'm placing rather than like trying to fit everything in one space, which I've done before, which I don't want to do now. Going down here, I've done some things to help with our production system. First off, I went and I disconnected the drawers from the AE2 system and just looked at what was in the storage. And with that, I was able to just find the things that like I had the most of and throw them into drawers, so we're using less of the storage, which is really helpful. And I also over here created a bit of a way to get concrete automatically, because I used concrete a lot in that building. And the process of placing concrete and destroying it is quite a pain. I can demonstrate this quickly. If I have gravel, I think I'm completely out of gravel. Oh, I have two. That's not enough. Oh, I don't have any in there. Okay. Well, I'll explain theoretically how it works. So there's a formation and an annihilation plane here, and you put concrete powder into this chest. The formation plane formats, formulates one of those words. It here, and then the annihilation plane within a tick destroys it. Meaning that a stack goes so fast. So that's what I'm using for getting concrete, which has been really helpful. Another thing I found were these guys. Let me use my Silk Touch pickaxe. They're ink bush seeds. You plant them, they grow, you mine it with fortune, and you get ink sacs, or the ink bush seeds, which you can smelt into ink sacs, which is incredibly useful because the only other way to get ink sacs in this mod pack are killing squid, which I do not want to do. I don't want to have to search for squid every time I want to make something gray. Another change that's very visible when I'm in F5 mode is my armor. I have changed from the shadow armor, which I was using over here. I've changed from the shadow armor to the Terran armor set, and I have a few reasons why. Why Terran armor? It's easier to repair. The pumpkin spiders around my base are very annoying. They're nice because I can repair my maul with them, but repairing my armor also is just easier than trying to get shadow bars, which are Arlemite and Rupee, which I would have to go mining for. The shadow armor has 3 times your regular movement speed, and I would be flying around. And you also have step assist, so it's really hard to kind of have precise movements, which I like, especially when building something, like being able to walk and shift, and like if I left go shift, know that I'm not going to be flying off is really nice because it allows me to just be more precise. Oh, if you're wondering what the eclipse is, later I think in the mod Astral Sorcery, you have to use the eclipse for some kind of ritual or something else. So I just marked that down. Increased mining speed. That's really helpful because I have some tools. Do I have any on me? I don't have any on me. Whoops, I'm pressing all the wrong buttons here. Pickaxe. Yeah, I have this tool, this prosperity shard pickaxe, which is really nice because it's unbreakable. That means I can use it as long as I want and it'll never break. However, it has a mining speed of 1. Do I have any wooden shovels? I don't think I have any wooden shovels, but that is slower than wooden shovels. So the increased mining speed just allows me to use those things faster, which I end up using more than the speed, really. Reason number 4, I have so many Terran shards. I have so many Terran shards. Well, I did until I made this armor. Putting them to use rather than just sitting in my chest. Letting me use my shadow bar for something else. Yeah, so that's currently where we're at. what I'm going to be doing next, I want to build a path up to the mechanism building and kind of connect it up, and also do some decorating. Start placing some bushes, start placing some like trees. I do like building like custom trees, so I'm probably gonna try to do one of the two of those. They can take a while, but they're really fun to do. Uh, yeah, I do like the mechanism building we have. I think I'm also gonna try to. I kind of have an idea almost to like either here in this wall or maybe like this wall to start creating a tunnel system for my wires, so that just something that can allow me to easily like do maintenance on them if I need to, uh and just look cool, and keep everything nice and put together and easily expandable. Because looking at our quest book, the next few chapters are about exploration, but then we get to gadgets and utilities, and some of the stuff you need so many items for. And then machine scope are even more. You need even more items. Industry is booming, even more items, and there's 30 chapters. We're on chapter 6. I want to make sure. I don't want to be in chapter like 10 and then having to come back and automate like steel or something, which I doubt you'll be able to get to chapter 10 before you automate steel. But what is chapter 10? Machine scoper. Yeah, I think all of these take steel. So I'm going to get working on doing some of that infrastructure. I'm going to get working on creating a path, making things look nice, and connecting it up to our AE system. I think another thing I'm going to do is start creating controllers. I don't even know what these cost. Oh, these aren't that bad. I was kind of worried they would be really expensive, but these allow you. They're kind of the brain of your ME system. Once I get some set up, I will go in more detail. I think I have to find a place to put them, and maybe I'll do something. I'm coming up with ideas on the fly as I talk to you, as you're down there. I'm gonna stop talking. See you soon. Alrighty, everybody, we made progress here. We have things looking a lot nicer, I think, and more organized. So, coming this way, I have connected up the mechanism building to the rest of our base. I created a little pathway here with some lights, because I want to move away from just having torches all over the place. I don't think that looks very nice, I say, with torches still all over the place. And I made some trees to go here. I like these designs of tree. I think they look kind of nice, and I'm gonna start peppering them all over the land. And I really like using the slabs and stairs from ArchitectureCraft to make a lot more texture and create kind of more subtle slopes going down rather than just like whole blocks. In here, well, first, so I connected up our power source from over there. So that comes from our factory right up there. And currently, this line is a complete output, giving the maximum voltage. The only thing it's used for is my ME system over there and the AE2 crafters that I'm probably going to move pretty soon. And it comes over here and goes into this little garage I made. I tried to use iron trapdoors to like be a garage door opening up. And coming in here, I don't want to go that way because the wire's there. I can't wait to get another wire system other than immersive engineering. Coming in here, I set up all our mechanism machines, and what I did was I hooked them up to item ducts, and fortunately with the mechanism machines, you can do auto eject, which means as soon as the items are completed, they go out and go into this wooden storage crate, and this wooden storage crate is hooked up to a ME import bus, which throws it directly into my storage system, which is really, really great having that, because I can just, and I can access everything from right here in my mechanism building. So my next steps are going to be on this side of the building over here, and on the other floors, creating little automation systems for mechanism. So like automating steel, for example, automating things like the alloys you use in mechanism, automating things like refined obsidian, glowstone ingots, stuff like that. And just starting to get better machines, getting better factories. Because if you don't know, in Mekanism, every machine has different tiers. So you start out with the energized smelter, then you go up to the factory, then you go up to the basic factory, then you go up to the advanced factory, and then you go up to the elite, which gives you more and more capabilities. And so getting those produced is going to be getting those to have the maximum production capability. Blah, blah, blah. The maximum production capabilities will be very useful. And I do like what I'm kind of doing. I am kind of inspiring it off of like if you're an American like me, American like corporate park architecture, but with a bit more nature involved. I'm probably going to try to put like flowers in here and around here. I don't really know what to do with like this little spot. Oh, do I have any torches? No, I do not, but I gotta light that spot up. Yeah, and then over here, what I'm thinking, the next building I want to do is an applied energistics building. So this path can like divert this way and then go there for that building. And that will be a place just for me to produce applied energistics 2 stuff, like all the different processors and whatnot. And then I'll probably put another building here, or like something here. Maybe I'll do like, I do want to do some more decorating and stuff. Maybe like a fountain could go here or something. But what I've also done, which I want to share, is I have expanded the storage system down here. So you guys have seen this. This is where my drive is, my drawers and whatnot. And now going over here, we have a hallway going down, connecting to the controllers, which I mentioned. This is directly below the Mekanism building. And with these controllers, they hurt my eyes. If anybody knows how to change that, please let me know, because I think you can set it to a slower animation. I just do not know how. But if we jump into FreeCam, this goes straight up to the Mekanism building and connects and allows us to access our ME terminal. And I do like this kind of tunnel design. And I think I'm going to be using it for like every connection that I have, because another thing I was thinking was running an ME cable over to here. Oh, there's a black dog. I'm glad I'm in FreeCam, so that I can get the outputs from the Arc factory immediately, and then like running it wherever we need to in our base, kind of using this underground bunker as a sort of hub, using it as a sort of hub spot. And then I think I definitely will need to be upgrading my storage system as we get into the early game, because like some of these things are just so crazy, the amount of stuff you need. But we're making good progress through this. A lot of this, like I could probably get this if I really wanted to. I do need to do more exploration. I need to beat the Wither. And get this in order to get this guy, the Eye of Gaia, because you need the elite, you need the magical snow globe, which you get from, yeah, from a nether star and prismarine crystals and whatnot. So we're gonna start working up to that. But I think for now, that's where we're gonna end this episode. I've made a lot of progress, flattening out that mountain, building that new Mekanism building, building the trees that go around it, and connecting up my AE2 system to it. I might move this pillar and kind of move this just to make it flow better into here. I don't think I'm going to be spending a ton of time here, just because it's mostly going to be like routing from here, because I just won't need to. And then eventually I'll stop spending as much time in here, because everywhere will have the terminals set up. Yeah, so I think in the next episode, what I'm going to be doing is getting some automation set up in the Mekanism building, setting up automatic steel, setting up automatic glowstone ingots, setting up automatic refined obsidian ingots, and probably a few other things. If you enjoyed, please leave a comment letting me know. Please feel free to suggest anything in the comments. Give me any feedback you have, any notes, any thoughts. I love reading them all. And I'll see you all in the next episode. See ya!